Hello people of the internet. Well, today I am going to be taking a look at these alcohol markers by Grabie. Now, if you're like me, and I am currently into these cute colouring books that are out there, and I am always on the lookout for the next best thing, the diamond in the rough. And I have, as you will know if you've seen this video up here, or if you want to watch that video up there, I have tried every alcohol marker out there, pretty much. The cheap ones, the dear ones, the very, very expensive ones. So when Grabie reached out to me and said, would you like to try our new brush markers? I was like, yes I would, because I'm very much into my alcohol markers at the moment and I want to colour in one of these books with them. So that's what we're going to do. So we'll have a quick look at the pens first of all, and then I'll get on to doing some colouring. So let's have a look at the pens. They nicely come in this nice plastic box, which is a step up from the ones that you get that come in the, you know, the kind of black bags, and I have plenty of those, believe me. So let's have a look. I've not even opened these yet, so interested to see, interesting to smell. You know me, do like to smell my things. So there we go. So they come in a nice box. There's 48 of them. I think this is the biggest set they do. I'm not sure. Would be nice if there were more colours, because 48 is quite a low colour range. Blendable, alcohol space, non-toxic. So feel good with colours. A mindful colouring book for relaxation. Oh, it comes with a little colouring book. Ooh! Oh, sorry, I got distracted. Oh, shouldn't have done that. Should have left that in there. Oops. That was nicely separating the pens out. I thought it was fixed and it wasn't. I'll put it. Oh, now they're all mixed up. Well, they wasn't really in order anyway, was they? Oh. Right, if you buy these, don't remove that. I'm going to have to put that back in and then sort them back out. But it does stop them from wobbling around in there, which is good. Let's have a look at the little colouring book. You know, I make these videos. I don't watch anyone else's videos about the things that I've been sent for review. And I do what you would do. Open them and, open them and, you know, muck about and realise I broke it. So there's a little swatch sheet there, which is cute. What's this paper like? Quite sweet. And then there's a little baby colouring book. That's really sweet. If you really just want to get in, this would be a great gift for someone who's thinking about getting into the cute and cosy colouring sort of thing. Oh, I might do one of these. I want to do one of my proper ones though. I wasn't going to swatch them. This paper's a little bit yellow as well, and I usually swatch on white paper. I'm not going to swatch them because I just want to get straight into the colouring. But let's have a look at the pens. Let's pick one. This one, 67. Okay, so they're an interesting shape. I'm trying to think if I've had any other pens this shape. I've got the sun in my eyes. I'm not sure that you've got the sun in your eyes. You can see, look at that. That is a beautiful winter sun coming through there. Yeah, I'm not sure if I've had alcohol markers in this shape before. They do look similar, but I'm not sure exactly the same. Sorry, I got distracted by the light. So let's have a look at the pen. They are chisel one end and brush the other. Okay. Similar brush to... Oof! Woo, 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 woo. Ha, ha, ha. They are a strong smelling alcohol marker. Oh, they don't smell like any other alcohol markers that I've had. That's really interesting. Let's have a look. Let us... I have grabbed a piece of 120 GSM paper. It's not marker paper, it's mixed media paper. It's what I usually use for my swatches. Let's have a feel of each one. So that's the chisel. Oh, the chisels, you can go quite fine with the chisel. Usually when you do that flat end, it's not bad, not bad. But the one that we all want to know is the brush. Is it soft? Is it firm? Is it wobbly? Oh, it's soft. Oh, it's really juicy pens though. Look, can you see? Can you see the juice? Look at that. Nice grip. That's still sitting. When I do that, that is a juicy pen. But that is a squishy tip. You do really fine lines with it. You can. Let's simulate that again, sorry. Yeah, it is a really soft tip. So if you like really soft tip brush markers, look at the little, it's tilting up a little bit now, then maybe, you know, these would be more for you. Okay, they are really strong smelling. I'm going to open my window. The window is now open. I am letting in some of the winter cold air. So yeah, they are quite strong smelling. What do they remind me of? You know me, I do like to compare them with other markers. They are definitely stronger than Ohuhu. You know what they remind me of? I'm going to go and get one. So, these are the pens they remind me of. The Artify. They're not quite the same. They're a little bit similar looking. The Grabie ones are more triangular. They've got the bobbles on them. So I'm wondering if it's... Oh, look, and they're a little bit smaller. The Grabie ones are a little bit smaller. Their bodies are smaller inside. But what they remind me of, these are a brush and chisel as well, is the smell. Yeah, and the softness of that brush. That brush is really soft on these Artify markers. Alright, so not going to swatch them like I said. I'm going to leave this piece of paper to the side though so we can test the colours. And let's just get straight into the colouring. That's what you're here for. The colour with me. Actually, let's just do a little test in this book. Let's do this bag. Let me pull it out of here so I don't accidentally ruin. And let's get this to press on. Right, let's do this handbag in shades of, I don't know, let's do the striping orange. They do have really soft nibs. Ooh, try not to go over the edge. They are very, very juicy. So you can see there. That's the problem with, they're really juicy. You can see that it's, well, I can. I'm not sure if you can, but they're sitting really wet. Oh, this paper's good though in this little colouring book. Look. Grabie, you should make proper colouring books, big colouring books, because look at that. That's barely gone through. What did it do on this? Oh, it went through on my normal 120 GSM paper, so this must be like marker paper. Huh. Grabie colouring books are available in a variety of themes. They do colouring books. I wonder if they're printed on this same paper. Oh, if all colouring books were printed on paper like this, we would have that. You know, I mean, that obviously that is what's called shadowing, whereas you can see what's on the other side, but there's no bleed through. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. What colour am I going to do with this bag? I want a light bluey colour. Let's do 185. Looks to me as though these colours are the standard Shinhan colour range. So if you've got any of the other markers. Oh, they go down nice on this paper. Huh. Oh, they do go down nice. Let's go round that. Yeah, they are so juicy. Can you see? I guess they're looking more juicy because this is some kind of marker paper. So it's sitting a little bit longer, which should give us more blend time if we wanted to do such a thing. Look how wet that is. That is some kind of coated. You see that shining in my winter sun? Some kind of coated paper. Let's do that. Let's do the handle in that nice. This blue 63. They haven't got no names. Do they have names on here? Yes, they do. Oh, these are in order. These are in order as how these were in. Are they? 137. Yeah, maybe. Maybe I'll take them out and put them back in the box properly. This paper is made... Oh, I should... Look, slap me round the face. Lily, you should read these things before diving straight in. I'm just always too excited. This paper is made from Grabie Premium Marker Paper, which is excellent for colour blending. By layering in 2 steps, you can see the colour grading and versatility of each Grabie marker, which now makes me want to do the swatch sheet. So what I think I'm going to do is throw them all out on the desk put the plastic thing back in, put them in this order, and then swatch them on this paper. But let me just finish this first of all, because clearly this paper is very good for blending. Ooh, I went over the lines there. Can't blame them for that. I went over the lines. So what happens if I try to put a little bit of shading on? What colour did I use for that? I used that light. My reviews are never structured, are they? They're more sort of playtime. Do that. Second coat down the bottom there, and then third coat there. Let these bits dry out of interest, just to see what they dry like. I know that this isn't the most artistic colouring in the world. Let's put let's get that red. Just edge that along there. Okay. Right, that's my first play. We'll come back to this. See what's. Look how wet. Look how that is sitting. Can you see that? Look, there you go. They are juicy markers, and this is. Look at that though. No bleed. I've used marker paper before. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. Everyone's probably in the out there in the internet shouting at me, going, "That's just standard marker paper. All marker paper does that." No, I've used marker paper before. I've used Winsor & Newton marker paper. I've used Artisan Newton marker paper, and you get bleed through. So this is quite good. Right. I'm going to tip the stuff out. I'm going to do the swatching. You don't need to watch me. When I come back, these will look nice and neat in their box again. And I will be doing the swatching. So see you in a second. Yay! 48 marker pickup. Oh, the interesting thing is, when I've put that thing back in, it pushes all the way down there. So perhaps it shouldn't have been at the top. Perhaps it should have been sort of like further down, and then it wouldn't have... I wouldn't have been tempted to remove it. Anyway, back to the sorting. Let's do it in this colour order. So, sorry if you can hear the parakeets outside. I've got the window open for the ventilation. And we have a lot of parakeets over the park at the back, and they fly over. You can hear that? That are parakeets. 16. There is a lot of pinks in this. Ah, we are there. So in the box, if you don't accidentally pull out the plastic thing like I did, we've got all the pinks, reds, purples. So there's 2 rows of those. Yellow, oranges and a couple of browns. A whole raft of greens, some blues, a couple of greys, another brown down there, a black and a blender. I guess it's not a bad range for a 48 set. So let us now... Oh, I was going to put a sheet behind it, but you know something? I'm not going to. Because this is marker paper. Now I will probably not talk and fast forward this, because you don't want to see, you know, this in full time, but here we go. So when people ask if the lids match, never really. It's why you have to do swatches. Oof, that's brighter than I thought. That's called primary magenta. Oh, look how wet they are. That's because of the marker paper though. Right, anyway, I'm going to swatch these without no more talking. Come back when I've swatched. I've just had to come back halfway through the swatch, but they are so juicy that, you know, when they bleed out on the line and you have to really sort of control them. You've got to really control these, you know, you can't just slop these down. Look at that bleeding out. So this is me doing it, trying to be as near as I can to the line, and then I'm doing a second blend layer there, like it says. And I did that here and here as well. I'm trying to be as neat as I can. So yeah, these have got, when you're doing these in your colouring book, you've got to be really, you know, stop just before the end. That's a nice pale pink. That doesn't look like the normal salmon pink. Oh, there's me thinking this is going to be a quick review video, and here's me talking all the way through the swatch, which means it probably won't be a quick review video. It'll be me swatching it. Don't worry, I've put links in, I've put chapters in, so if you're watching this thinking I'll just get on with the colouring, you can jump ahead. I always do that. I know not everyone wants to see this. I should use the chisel side maybe and just do one swoop in the chisel. I'm more of a brush fan though, which is why I'm using the brush. I'll do the chisel on the next one. Let's go for it. Oh, and I opened it straight on the side of the brush. Okay, more controllable with the chisel, to be fair. Yeah, less, the chisel doesn't, maybe it's just as juicy. It didn't feel as juicy though, but it did feel more controllable. Oh no, now that means I'm going to get into... Well, that's one of the reasons... Oh no, it is just... You can't see it because of the little yellow, but it is seeping just as much and it is just as wet. It's a firmer tip. I do prefer a firmer tip than a... I prefer a firmer tip than a floppy tip. So if I use a brush marker end, I like it to be nice and firm. Try to clarify what you're saying so people don't get the wrong end of the stick. So if I do use brush markers, I like them to be nice and firm. Firm brush tips. A little bit of flex, obviously, but not floppy. I don't... No, don't say it. I was going to say I don't like a flaccid brush tip, but... And then I went and said it anyway. Oops. Anyway, we're talking about pens and pencils, people. We're talking about pens and pencils. 107. Hopefully, I've cut some of this out. And if you're hearing this, again, I'm sorry. Let's go back to the chisel tip, actually. Definitely more controllable with the chisel tip. I could get used to colouring on... Oh, look at that. That's... Using it... Oh, look, I can't get... I'm so used to the floppy. Oh, this is hard. I'm no good with a chisel. I've just not used to it. Interested to see what this colour is, because it looks like a really interesting colour. 224 olive pale. See if I can do one swoop. Boom, and then boom. Oh, I might do that all the way. Let's have a look. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I know you can see the shadowing of it, but that's like using fountain pen on the... Look, even that really... There's a tiny dot. There's a couple of tiny dots that have made their way through. But that's good, isn't it? Kudos Marcos paper. Kudos Marcos. 48. Called yellow green. This looks fluorescent. Oh, I should have just done it this way all the time. Just with one chisel sweep. Be a lot quicker, wouldn't it? That is fluorescent. Oh, that's nice. That way I filled that ending bit there with the chisel. Oh, willow green. That's nice and light. 175 is next. Lime green. Oh yeah. They've made these swatches perfect chisel size. What was I doing mucking about with a brush? Why didn't you tell me, people of the internet? Are you all shouting out, "Here's a chisel! They are chisel sized!" If you were, I'm sorry. Oh, did I just use the wrong colour? I did. I've done them in the wrong way. I used 46. I used 47 on 46. No, I didn't. I picked up the wrong pen. Sorry, 47. Let's do 47 up here. Oh, maybe I did. Yeah, I did. I did them around the wrong way. So, 243, green deep. Oh my word. 243, green deep. That's like a really deep Prussian blue. 55, emerald green. Has there been any greens that have been that one so far? I think that one and that one are probably quite natural looking greens. 57, turquoise green light. 50, forest green. High hopes for forest green. Oh, that's nice. Yes, that is nice. The interesting thing is when you're putting the caps on, because they're this... Oh, look what I did. That always happens. When you're putting the... Oh, no. When you're putting the caps on, you've got to line them up properly, because if you don't, it's hard to get the cap on. They're nice tight caps as well. I can't actually get this one off, which is why I just accidentally did that. Pulled the other cap on. Now this one's called turquoise green, and that looks like a very, very deep blue. It does actually almost match the cap though, and the ink on my finger. So that one almost matches. Yay! Have a look at that 50. Does that 50 match? Not really. I mean, it's difficult, isn't it? Because they use plastic caps, so if they use the exact same dye, it's never gonna. Oh, really hard to get the caps off. Sky blue. Oh my word! I mean, I've got this colour in other pens, but I would never call that sky blue. Unless you're in Barbados, maybe the sky is that colour. But I always want a lighter colour for the sky. Pastel blue. I wish someone would rename these Shinhan colours. Because cerulean blue, look at that. Just a very, very, very dark blue. 70. If you do your swatches, by the way, do them neater than me. I'm just splodging them down. Royal blue, that does actually look like a royal blue, so yay for that. 74, brilliant blue. Why is it, when I was using the brush end, I had to open, every time I opened the pen I was opening it on the chisel. And now that I'm trying to use the chisel end, every time I open it, I'm opening it on the brush. That is called Sod's Law, I think. Chisel, CG1. That's warm grey, it's very light. Warm grey 1. Chisel, CG4. CG7. Yeah, these are just the same colour palette that you've seen before. Finally 120 for the black, and obviously I can't test the colours blender. Whew, and the smell is getting to me a bit, so I'm going to take a breather before I do some colouring, and we'll just have a look at the colour range on paper. Oops, that's the hat. So lots of pinks, a few yellows. That one looks like a red, not a red, oh I suppose that one's orange. You said there's no orange. Couple of browns there. That olive pale is like a sand colour. I guess that's why it's there. Then we've got a big range of yellow greens. That's the palest blue, nice sky blue. Yeah, I mean it's not a bad colour range. And pinks. That medium pink, which is more like a coral. And look at that peony purple. That's a coral pink. The names are all a little bit ambiguous. Anyway, let's get colouring. I'm going to colour in this, my Comfy and Cosy, my original. Actually, I don't think I will colour in this. The lines are too thin in this, and these are very juicy. So let's find one of my other ones that's got thicker lines. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Fluffy Times. Hold on. No, Little Fuzzy. Because this has got thick lines and it's got bigger spaces. So, no, I don't want one that's got too much background. Oh, let's do Teddy Bear in Bed. Right, let's do it. So I've got my swatch now, that's good. What colour are we doing Teddy Bear? I think I'm going to do him dark yellow, because all the other colours are a bit dark. So 31 dark yellow. Come with me and we'll be in a... Well, I'm going to try. Sorry if you can still hear the bird, he's still got the window open for ventilation. No, I want to use my brush. In a world of pure imagination. Okay, that's not too bad. So I'm going to spin the book around and everything as I colour. Right. So that has, how is that done? I mean, obviously it's sopping through there, and it is going, I'm trying to stop just before the edge, but it is going through, so I've got to be even more careful. Try to really stop before the edge. The brushes feel nice on here, they are really soft. Like I say, I'm used to a firmer brush. I do have something behind this page, because this isn't marker paper obviously, this is just colouring book paper. What I use behind the back is a plastic sheet, and I know that a lot of people just put paper behind. The reason why I use a plastic sheet is because it allows the ink to sit, not dry quite as quickly. If you put it on, if you put paper, the paper will just soak through to the next sheet of paper and soak through, just like keep soaking basically, and suck dry. Whereas if you have a plastic sheet, it does give you that little bit more time and keep the edge wet to allow you to not get any lines on things. Okay, that's Teddy done. My husband just came back from walking the dog, so I took that opportunity to get myself a nice cup of tea. Cheers. Let's have a look. Oh, fresh air in here. Forgot the window was open. Let's have a look how this blended down. So that blended down, 2 layers there. Quite nice, didn't it? But let's carry on. Oh no! Oh my word! I've never seen that happen before in my life. You know, I left the pen on there while I went to get a cup of tea, and look what it's done. He's got a line across his face. I wonder if it does that with all markers. Why would it have done that? I've literally been gone 5 minutes, enough time as it makes to a cup of tea. And is it because that dried quicker or slower? I mean, it didn't get absorbed into the pen. Oh wow, people of the internet. Talk to me in the comments. Why do we think that that happened? I have never seen anything like it. I mean, there is sun coming through the window, but there's no way it faded it or anything. That's crazy. Wow. Okay. Don't know if that's exclusive to these pens or not. What colour are we going to do the teddy bear? You can see they have bled through really a lot. I'll try and be even carefuler. Potato brown, I guess. Is it 102? 103 is potato brown. 107. What's 107? Actually, I'm going to do in 107, which is sand. So very dark. I can't believe that line. That is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Right. Let's try and be as delicate as humanly possible, so that his Teddy's teddy doesn't bleed over. I have had alcohol markers fade before when I left I left my picture not really in the sun, but like on this desk, and the sun was coming in, and when I came back, part of it had faded, but the bit that's confusing is I've only been gone 5 minutes, and why is the faded bit underneath the where the pen was? It's like, why would it do that? I'm trying to work out the science behind it. It wouldn't dry so quickly, so it dried lighter. I don't know. I look forward to hearing your theories behind it in the comments. That's really interesting. I know that when I do these review videos, I don't get quite as many views on them because people are like, ugh, don't want to be sold some more pens. Just showing what you got for free. But I try to make them interesting and add a bit of value rather than me just reviewing pens, you know, just reviewing the free sample. So I try to sort of like, show me colouring or try a technique with them or something. And I do hope that more people watch this so we can, you know, I'll get more comments about why that happened. Let's do pink behind his ears, let's do pink in his ears as well. I'm using that medium pink here because I think it's the more realistic pink out of any of them. Right, do they have, teddy bears have darker mouths or lighter mouths? I'm going to go for a lighter mouth. I'm going to go for 224. 224. Nice light mouth. Yes. Okay. Let's do his curtains. What colour am I doing his curtains? Actually, let's do his duvet. I'm going to do his duvet shades of green, I think. Oh, shades of blue, shades of green. I don't know. Pastel blue and sky blue. 76 and 67. 76 and 67. Here we go. I can't believe that line. I keep seeing it in the camera and go, oh my word. I always feel like I want to do it again as a test. They always have really big puffy duvets, don't they, in these colouring books, like big eiderdowns. I am trying to turn just before the edge and it is seeping over quite a lot. You know, that is a thing with alcohol markers. It's not, you know, specifically for these alcohol markers, but the only thing is the more juicy the alcohol markers, the more it happens, because it just, and these are juicy. Juicy, look at that. That is seeping. Seeping. Right. Oh, that's the chisel. Sorry if you can hear my husband, he's unloading the dishwasher downstairs. He's such a well-trained man. Takes the dog for a walk in the morning. Most times I do actually go with him on the dog walk. I can't at the moment because I have hurt myself, so I have to stay home, which gives me this opportunity to play with his pens. And then he comes back, and then he unloads the dishwasher, and then he sits down and has a nice coffee. What a well-trained husband that I have. Oh, these are very, I don't know if you can see that, let me hold it up. Very seepy. Oh. They are really strong smelling, so if you are, I would say they're the strongest smelling white pens that I have experienced. Out of all the ones that I use Ohuhu, I use Decatime, I use generic cheap, you know, ones off of Amazon. I use the Artify, I use Copics. I feel like Copics I used to find them the strongest. I don't anymore. But these are, yeah, I couldn't use these without the window open. But that's just me. I am very sensitive to pens. So if you are sensitive for pens, bear that in mind. Okay, that's come through quite nicely. We have gone over there a little bit, so we're going to have to try and do his curtains in a, maybe we'll do his curtains in a pale blue, but I want to use the pale blue 185 because we're limited in colours. I want to use that pale blue for the sky in the background. Oh, and it's night time though. It's night time, though it could be morning. What's that time? It's 20 past midnight, it's night time. Good, I can do a night sky then. Let's use 63 cerulean blue because it's night time. Okay, there we go. I probably won't get to finish this video, this thing. What colour are we going to do that? Should I do that? I'm going to do that the light one, which was 76, 67. Actually, if that's the top of his sheet, that's the top of his sheet folded over. I'm going to do that pale light blue. I'm going to do his pillow pale light blue, and I'm going to do his curtains pale light blue. Not quite coordinating with his eider down, his duvet cover, his big puffy duvet. Some people ask how you don't get lines. You just got to keep moving, keep the edge wet. Don't stop. If you come down here and colour this bit and then revisit this bit up here later, you will get streaks. So you've got to try and just keep all the edges wet all the time. Keep moving. Keep on moving. Keep on running. I'm very much a wiggler as with my pen as well, rather than a, that's his sheet under there, rather than a, you know, liner. Whereas people would sometimes do the lines. That's another thing I do as well. I always go around the edge first of all to try and stop the blending. My dog's running upstairs now because he's just eating his breakfast and he wants to come and play now. We usually have a 5-minute play. Right, let's do his curtains the same colour. I might do his curtain tie back a different colour though. I think what I will do is, after I've done his curtains, I will go off in my own time and finish this, and I will post the outcome on Instagram. So if you want to go and see the finished picture, then my Instagram is linked down below in my description. Also linked down below in the description is all the details of how to get these pens. Yeah, interesting to hear your comments about his what happened there. Let's try and do a royal blue. See, like I'm gonna I'll say I'm stopping and then I'm carrying on while I'm talking. Let's do this as a, and them two blues go nicer together. At least his curtains and his sheets match, but he's got a different colour duvet. Oh, one thing I do want to do, just to do the little bit of shading on the squares, to give it that sort of pop. So we just do that, like that, and then we can see what that looks like once it dries down. It always looks a bit more vivid when you first put it on, and then when it dries down it dries down a little bit better. Enhance the puffiness of his eider down. Oh, look at that, it's really seeped through. Okay, because I need to take a break because they're quite strong smelling, like I say, I will put the results of what this came out like on my Instagram. I thought it'd come through the other side where I had that pen. It's almost like the pen pushed the ink away. Maybe that's what happened, because the pen was sitting there, the ink pushed away. Alright, so what do I think of the Grabie markers? They're very juicy. They have a soft brush, so if you're into soft brush, if you don't like, you know, the more firmer brush, like the Ohuhus. The Ohuhu I find have a really firm, I really like the Ohuhu tip, that's just my preference. I know other people like a floppier tip, but yeah, so there you go. That's my little play with the Grabie alcohol markers, and as I said, all the information linked down below. See you on Instagram. Take care everyone, and happy colouring.